everybody, and welcome to Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake, and this is the kitchen table. We are coming to you live, as always, from the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. And I'm here, as always, with my associate, David Penderlofgren, over there. Before we get this party going at all, we have a routine here. Welcome if you've not been to the kitchen table before. And our routine is that we say, let's take a moment and remember why we're here. We started the show when the pandemic struck in March. We're coming up on a year of doing the show. The anniversary will be right at St. Patrick's Day, really. The 14th was our first show, and we will be doing a show on the 14th again, and then we'll do St. Patrick's Day as well on the 17th. And we always start the kitchen table now by lighting a few candles here. We light a candle for everybody that we've lost in the pandemic. We light a candle for everybody who is suffering in this pandemic. Maybe you're suffering poor health yourself, or poor health of a loved one, or you've lost a job. And we are on the cusp of mass evictions, and we must get organized politically such that that does not happen. Let's light a candle for all those who are suffering. And the third candle here, we light for gratitude, because as there's so many things that are going wrong, there are things to be grateful for, and there's hope for the future. Hope that we can get organized and stop all the evictions coming down the line. Let's light a candle. It's cold and snowy here in Bellingham, which is a rare thing, and so everybody is just feeling that buzz. Normally we'd be out gathering. Of course you can't gather, but you can walk around and wave at somebody. And if you look out our window here, you do see sort of a vibe of snow. And this is kind of fun, starting the show at 5 o'clock, because actually there's light in the sky right now. But of course, by 6 o'clock it'll be dark, so you can see our show evolve with the light. When you come over to my house and sit down, I'm going to say to you, can I get you something to drink? Well, I'm drinking tea tonight, so I hope you are too, and I'll pour you one here. For you. Pour one for myself. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We have a great show. We have wonderful guests. The Best Intentions, our friends Pete and Annie of the band Hot Damn Scandal, have a duo now called The Best Intentions. And they are going to be joining us all the way from Hawaii, showing us a warm glow of love backed up by a warm glow of temperature that they're enjoying there on the Big Island, while we are here in, I don't know, about 8 or 9 inches of snow here. It's pretty real for us. Our friends in Buffalo think 8 or 9 inches of snow is not anything you would even notice, really. You would just go outside and you would just walk through it. You wouldn't notice it, but we notice it here. Very exciting. And as I told you last week, I'm going to be performing songs from my record, A Crowd of Drunken Lovers, to be celebrating this Valentine's holiday here. I made this record back when I was Robert Blake, back before I was Robert Sarazin Blake. And I made it with great dobro player Mike Rigoni. And I made it 20 years ago, coming up on 20 years, recorded in August of '01. So 19 and a half years ago, recorded that record. And so I thought we'd play some old songs from A Crowd of Drunken Lovers to celebrate the holiday of love. But before we get into that, I'm going to kick things off with one for my sweetheart. She likes James McMurtry. So we're going to do The Lakes of Cheyenne. Look out below the glittering lights, like windshield glass on the shoulder at night. The diesels come grinding off from the plain, bunched up like pearls of string. I guess time don't mean nothing at all. Out on the horizon, broken stars fall. The old broken stars shine down on the land. They get mixed up together with lights shine. I've been up all night, down on my back, working the counter, take off money streams light and the whiskey streams low. He ain't worked a week since July. Say the gravel pit's hiring after the first, but you don't have the nature of that kind of work. You might get brought on, but you won't make a hand. All the way out here looking at the lights shine. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground. Never suspected a thing, but if the sky would have moved, you might never be found, never be heard from again. We go on to behavior when our youngest comes home. She comes up from Boulder, but she never stays long. Old and still fights, it's like she was 18. Stopped in for a 6 an hour. She's got a cowboy problem, this one's a sight. Dressed up like Gunsmoke Saturday night. They were off to the bars for the lack of a plan, chasing the stars, the lights of shine. Inside so long. You fight a post, look out your own. Post won't fight back and won't call the law. Look at you right, or I don't look at all. Take a hold up soft pack and give it a shake. By a dumpster, cigarette break, with one eye swelled up from the back of your head, the other eye fixed on the lights shine. Eyes warm up nicely for this time of year. The crooks are froze, the roads are all clear. Season, you won't see one. They vanish like smoke, 'cause somehow they know. Now they're up to the fence at dawn. It's warming up nicely this time of year. Yeah, creeks are frozen, roads are all clear, but I don't have it in me to make one more stand. James McMurtry's song, The Lights of Cheyenne. And now we're going to get into some material here from my record from 20 years ago called A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. And we're not going to play it in order, we're just going to pick away at it. Let's see, kind of weird. Lower, I guess. It had just stopped raining, but they both made it over. The car was locked. He let her in, she reached over and unlocked the side. The button made a snap. He said, I think I could fall for a girl like that. They drove back hoping the car would keep going. They hit the town. The wheels would keep rolling. Something in the way she sat, it was finding the urge to keep on driving. She was caught up, didn't try to hide it. She got under his skin, deep down inside it. She said, I don't care if our love won't last. He said, I think I could fall for a girl like that. Time was short, but they both kept ignoring. They made the stew thick, she kept the fire roaring. They were up on top of the mountains wandering. Just didn't seem like dusk was coming. They made love one last time in a park where they'd been swimming. Snuck in the trees and came out glowing. Drove to the station, kissed goodbye, turned away, said, I wonder if we'll meet up some other day. She sat in the hallway and waited for the plane. She started to feel sad, then she felt nothing, just the void between where her lover had been and the new life to which she was going. I saw you in my dreams last night. You still come around from time to time, and it's good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by and say in different ways goodbye. It's the first song on the record, Crowd of Drunken Lovers. I think this is the second song. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to play it in order, but so far I am. Recorded in August of '01. I have the dates right here. It really kind of surprised me when I read the dates. Well, I guess I don't have them right here. Yes, I do. August 1st and August 6th. We recorded with Carney Barton in a recording studio in Seattle. It was just 3 weeks before the first Jamboree. It's a good song. I remember holding you. I remember you dancing as I strummed your souvenir guitar. Creeping out of your dress, I was burning with desire. In your kitchen it was August. We were cleaning up from breakfast, and I was lingering. Well, I believe you started singing, it was good. For a minute our love was understood, and all you could sing was beautifully. And I wanted to hear Billie Holiday. hadn't grown much older. Your eyes were distant, it was in June. You were singing a Broadway tune, and you didn't know the words, so you scattered like the birds. Yes, you always seemed to be singing like Ella Fitzgerald, and you weren't half bad. Tucked under my arm, your shoulder turned into a hand round my waist. But I wanted to hear Billie Holiday, and up in your attic room, wait and wait, waited for our love to wander by. But all I got were cold lips and a hard bed. Tisket tasket on the phonograph, but you're always reading William Shakespeare. You kept a volume by your bed. The stories had morals and endings and truth. The pentameter was perfect. The rhyming was proof that he was a genius. And sure I could see it. So I kind of smiled and nodded my head. And I found it impossible that you got bored with On the Road. You said it was crap. Anyone can ramble, with lots of plot and scramble. And your authors, you expected beauty. And I expected Billie Holiday, and up in your attic room, I waited and waited and I waited for our love to wander by. But all I got were cold lips and a hard bed, a tisket and tasket on the phonograph. No one was to hold me, no strength to rub my back. And it became clear to me, as you stared and yawned to me, that our time was never coming round. Well, I was giving you Dylan, you wanted Jonathan, sandpaper, you wanted cinnamon. It was clear there was nothing left to say. Sing Billie Holiday. You were never gonna sing Billie Holiday. You were never gonna sing Billie Holiday. Thanks for being here with us on this Sunday night. Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table with David Penderlofgren on my right, making all of it happen. The cameras, the cables, the screens coming from the kitchen table to your screen, wherever your screen may be. And the idea is that we're all sitting around this kitchen table together. This kitchen table reaching all the way from Bellingham, Washington, the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, most northwest state, over to our friends in Ireland, in Mullingar. Perhaps they're in the house tonight. It sounds like Bellingham and Judy are tuning in all the way from Guelph, Ontario, and it's Judy's birthday, so we're going to do a special request for her, and it's, of course, going to you wherever you are with your kitchen table. And we are 3 songs in, which means it's time for the third song check-in. Just check in, see how everybody's doing here, kind of a camp counselor moment. Make sure everybody's doing all right. Let us know where you are listening from in the comments. We want to know, the other viewers want to know. Let us know exactly where this kitchen table is reaching out to. And of course, I always ask you to share this on your page. There may be somebody right now, it's Valentine's Day, it's COVID, people are lonely, they are doing things they're not proud of. They are scrolling on their phone right now for reasons they don't understand or want to understand. And they're just scrolling, and if you share this show on your Facebook page, they may come across it, and they may have some entertainment for an hour or two. They can hang with us at the kitchen table. So please, you find the share button, and then you share to your page. You'll figure it out. And we got the tip jar going on. Please do put a few dollars in the tip jar. That keeps us going. We got Pete and Annie, the best intentions, coming up later. And normally I ask a trivia question right now, but I don't have a trivia question right now. So you could come up with one. David, what's a word on comment line while I think of a trivia question?
Well, there's plenty of comments about my hat.
Great hat.
Connie, born in Wakefield, says it's 9 degrees in West Branch, Michigan right now.
Woo!
Bit colder than it is here.
When it's 9 degrees in Michigan, it's pretty cold. When it's 9 degrees in Michigan, it makes you feel a little old. When it's 9 degrees in Michigan, nobody goes outside. When it's 9 degrees in Michigan, at the kitchen table you will find me. For Connie.
Actually, there's a bit of a sort of a trivia informational session happening around the difference between Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett.
Okay, good. This is kind of stuff that's interesting to get into.
And Henry St. Clair Workman says both of them were Fess Parker.
Whoa. Okay, let's what was Fess Parker's middle name? That's the trivia question then. And does Fess Parker and Peter Parker have anything to do with each other? Well, it's Judy's birthday, so before I forget about it, let's do one for Judy. But actually, I just want to say a little something before we get to that. This is a little message, a PSA really, to all the Republican senators. Well, actually, most specifically, 43 Republican senators. You're being played. You're being played. If you think that your support for Donald Trump means Donald Trump will support you, you're being played. If you think that Donald Trump supporters won't kill you just as fast as they were hoping to kill Mike Pence, you're wrong. You're being played. You're being played. Okay, moving right along with the show. We'll develop that number later on. But you know, it's been, we waited for the Mueller report. Not much happened then. We waited through the first impeachment, and not much happened then. And we waited through the election, that took a really long time, and something happened then. And through the second impeachment came along, found ourselves waiting around again. It was a long wait, but it could have been a whole lot longer. Somehow we're all relieved that it's over. And if those Republican senators didn't vote to convict already, nothing we said could have changed that. But I gotta say, there were some beautiful speeches made. And they're worth remembering, they're worth repeating and listening to again. Thank you to the Dems for working so hard and fighting for democracy. Where are you? Goes out to Judy all the way in Guelph, Ontario, on her birthday, Valentine's Day birthday. The moon's out tonight, it's crisp and it's clear. We start a letter with an oh my dear. Write the date and then I hold the pen. Scratch the first line and then start again, my dear. Well overdue that I wrote to you. Don't think you've been out of my thoughts. While I was on a winning streak, now it's clear that I lost, that I lost. Oh, but I don't let's have a glass of red wine. I know I loved you before this all got started. I love you again. I got more than I wanted. I was on a roll. Took more than I needed, and then I lost the whole. But right to you now, I'm broken, I'm broke. Nothing to send but this insignificant token. It's been a long time since I wrote you a letter, but don't think you've been out in my heart. I'm sitting in what I like to call your kind of weather. Some old friend's backyard. Oh, but I don't want to taste your smoke-stained lips. So let's have a glass of red wine. I loved you before this all got started. I love you again. Saw you last night in a Hackensack bar. Shooting pool, it was thick, it was dark. Blinked my eyes and I knew I was wrong. You weren't there, I was just gone. And it's well overdue that I wrote to you. Don't think you've been out of my mind. If I've been spending any time in yours, please respond kind. Oh, but I don't want to taste your smoke-stained lips. So let's have a glass of red wine. I loved you before this all got started. I'll love you Happy birthday, Judy. Loyal listener and attendee at the kitchen table all the way from Guelph, Ontario. We're feeling fine. Over here, that one is not from Ricardo Drunken Lovers. It's on a record that came out not too long after Ricardo Drunken Lovers called Still Kissing Last Night, Smoke-Stained Lips. But we're going to do another one or two anyways off of Ricardo Drunken Lovers. And the ones we don't get to, I intend to get to next week. So we're just spending a little time in memory lane, remembering this record I made 20 years ago. 20 years ago. in that place where the shadows get long, and the west-facing walls are brighter than they'll ever become. And the girls in t-shirts and jackets, and coffee, smoke, cigarettes, the coming out parties never came, so they dress up every night parade. But it's not even evening yet, the sun's still fully round. The girls dash glances from their temperamental friends to the consistent round. From the temperamental friends to the consistent round. Another $100 would get her out of debt, and another 100 heartaches would convince her she won't find one yet. Take her out on dates, be considerate and clean. Go with her to a girlfriend's parties, always say kind things. And as girls get bored by nice boring guys who have jobs and ex-girlfriends and went with them on family vacations, they're young enough to go for bravado, dashing loudmouth jerks. After all, they need something to talk about in the almost evening after work. In the almost evening after work. And let me make one thing clear. Girls know how to love, to make a man feel like some kind of special one, even though it's clear she'll soon be moving on. So roll on, ladies, lap dance and glance and sin. It's better than staying at home, complacent in the trap you're caught in. See the value of romance and having friends to love. There's so much more life in yourselves than in those whom prudence would think more highly of. Prudence would think more highly of. So when I see your skinny lipstick, cigarette in hand, no longer will I snicker and look at the ground. Look up at a woman refuses to let life push her down. She refuses to let life. Instead, she takes it by the reins, sings some dopey love song refrain. Doesn't care, she doesn't care if the people stop, if the people stare. She does what she thinks will make her feel good, but it rarely works out. So she stands up and turns it around. She refuses to let life. She refuses to let anyone. She refuses to let life push her down. She refuses to let life push her down. Oh, it's been a long time since I played that one. Thank you, David. Long time since I played that one. I refreshed on it. I had to go back and listen to the old album to get the lyrics. And that's something that is awkward to do, to go back and listen to your records. They're for you to listen to. They're not for me to listen to. And I sure do appreciate that you listen to them. How are we doing on time here? How many time? I know Pete and Annie are over there. They're ready to join us. It is Valentine's Day. We're sending love out to everybody in every way.
Currently 5:34 Pacific Standard Time.
Let's see if I can squeeze in at least one more, maybe two before we get them. Let's see what I got. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll do this little one here, and then we'll bring on the best intentions. And there's going to be a lot more music here, so.
There's something that you need to address here first, Robert.
Okay, good.
So Henry says
are we at the 5-song check-in?
Henry says that he only has the CD of A Crowd of Drunken Lovers, and so he's in the dark on that song.
Good. You're on the right path, but that song is on the CD.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Yeah, however, there's one song that's on the CD that's not on the LP, and there's one that's on the LP that's not on the CD. And maybe we'll do that since requested. So the CD has this one here. Yeah, I think I can do this. The CD has a song, a song called "I'm Glad You Came Over." The LP has a song called "Memories in Aluminum Cans." Working title was "I Keep Thinking You'll Come Over." I decided those two songs were a little bit too similar to have them on the same record at the same time. They could be on the same record just without each other. So one is on the LP and one is on the CD. So I think Bellingham and Henry are sort of at odds there, perhaps.
I need to clarify here because I'm going to get in trouble with the super fans.
Right.
So what happened is Bellingham is explaining that there's one song on the LP that's different than on the CD and vice versa, as you just mentioned. But he's saying that it's a weird rewrite, different version on the vinyl and the CD. So picked up on sort of the similarities, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad you came over, and the first line of the other one is, I keep thinking you'll come over. So there's definitely a... Yeah. Billion, you're on it. You're not digging quite as deep as DJ Ted Matz did when he did a local review on me and referenced my high school band, Dr. Toad. But that was maybe a little too deep. I think this is as deep as anybody really needs to go into the catalog. Wish me luck on this one. My hands are warm enough to do it. If I can do it. I'm glad you came over, even though I know you won't stay for the night. Make some tea and put on a record I think you'll like. Make it nice and easy just to talk for a while. Maybe nice to at least see the lips you used to smile. And it's been such a long time since you smiled. Last time I remember was when we were in love. Back before you fell out and started doing anything but. Oh, I'm glad you came over, even though I was cold. You sound so distant lately, I've been feeling so alone. Make it nice and easy, just to talk for a while. Maybe I won't get upset, and maybe you'll smile. It's been such a long time since I've seen you. So much longer since we've had any fun at all. I'm glad you came over. We're glad if you want me back. This is my imagination. Look at the shape it's put me in. Baby. Maybe I can see without wanting to hold you. Maybe I can see without having to tell you how much I love you. Oh, I'm glad you came over. Maybe we'll do it again. I guess that's what you do when your friends talk about your days, what you've been up to. Offer some advice, you can go make love to someone new. Oh, and maybe just be nice and talk with someone who knows you so well. And maybe my sweetness for you's been driving me crazy. Just be glad you made the time over and see. Woo! Thank you very much, everybody. Yes, that one's called I'm Glad You Came Over. And I think that'll try to bring in Pete and Annie. And we're going to get to some other songs off of Crowded Drunken Lovers later in the show, if the muse so much takes us there. And if not, we'll get to them next week. Looking forward to digging into some of these. Looking forward to playing that song more so I can do it right again. Woo! I was fierce 20 years ago. I've gotten older and slower. So at least that's the traditional approach. We'll see what the next 20 years bring. That's Big Island. They're going to give us an aloha, and we're going to give it right back to them. Here they are. Their beautiful selves in the beautiful, sunny Hawaii, and I don't have my ear in, so no matter what they're saying, I can't hear it. Here comes the earpiece, though. That's right. Oh, yeah, we're locking it in. They're talking. Oh, there we are. There we are. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah.
Howdy.
Nice to see you. What is the temperature over there?
It is.
We just heard that apparently it's 77 in the sunshine. It's probably like a cool 70 here in the shade where we're sitting.
77 in the sunshine, and it's 8
fine.
in Michigan.
Anyway.
Well, that's life. That's life. It's and we don't want you to give Michigan 40 of your degrees, and then everybody just be in the middle. We want
No, if it gets
diversity.
below like 65 here, everybody puts on parkas.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
Annie, did you grow up in Hawaii?
No, I was born here, but I moved to the mainland when I was still a baby. So
Okay. All right.
I'm kind of from a lot of places.
Okay. Well, let's not get too deep into the bio right away. I mean, we'll be asking all sorts of revealing and personal questions later on in the show. But for right now, we're just going to say, hey, it's nice to see you. You live 2 miles from me, but I don't see you because I don't see anybody. And so it's nice to see you here and get the update. And I got your new record. I've listened to it a bunch. And everybody out there, please go to the Best Intentions Facebook page and press like. And while you're at it, hey, would it kill you to do it on my page as well? Yes, go to their page, press like, and they got a new record. And I imagine it's available via Apple-Fi and
I mean, you
Spotify.
could do that, but you don't go there. Go to Bandcamp. Bandcamp
Yeah.
for every one of your music purchases
Okay,
for
there we
here
go.
on out. If you can get it there,
There we go.
90% of profits go to the artist
It's pretty
that
cool.
you're buying from, and they often have music days where 100% of profits go there. Always buy from Bandcamp whenever
you
you're
can.
buying anything.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
But we are on all the other platforms. When we made the album, we went full. We did the full production package, so
Yeah.
it should be available on all the platforms. But Bandcamp is our favorite.
Love it. And you two have been working on the best. This is the first Best Intentions album, yeah?
yes, it
Yes.
is.
Congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful. And
You should show them the album.
I have it right here.
okay.
Yeah, sneak
Many
it up to
more
that
to
camera.
come, and I'm sure the audience is going to look into that. And even though you're in Hawaii, I bet if somebody ordered one through Bandcamp, a physical copy, then we'd be able to get that in the mail to them. Before
Oh,
too
They
yeah.
would
long.
indeed be able to do that. We brought a whole bunch out here with us, and
great.
though we might not mail them straight from here, we might wait until March when we're back stateside.
We can mail them straight from here. It's just the same.
It is?
Well, let's
Same
we'll
We're
handle
in
those.
America.
Oh,
We're not in another country right now.
Yeah, it didn't work out January 6th. We're still in America.
So
Speaking
yes,
of which, Henry,
we
your
can do it through
bandanas
the
are
U.S.
on the way.
Postal Service.
Well, so glad to have you. Congrats on the new record, and we're looking forward to
Thanks.
many jamborees to come where we actually get to hang out and shoot the breeze. And 4th of July, we often spend 4th of July together. And everybody's looking forward to the summer and wondering what it's going to look like. And we don't know. So what we do now is celebrate what we have. Distancing is mandatory, but suffering is optional. So let's have some fun. Welcome, everybody. The
Fair
best intentions to the kitchen table. Give us a
Yeah,
blast.
thanks
I'll
for-
wave at you
for
if I need to
inviting
talk
us.
to you.
What was that you just said there, Robert?
I said, give us a blast. I'll wave at you if I need to talk to you between songs. Otherwise,
Cool.
just go for it on your own here for a few numbers.
Right
Sounds
on.
good.
We got a couple of songs planned out for y'all, and then we got a whole grab bag of whatever we can come back to.
Indeed.
The ways of man are passing strange. He buys his freedom He counts his change, lets the wind his days arrange, and he calls the tide his master. He calls the tide his master.
All the tides, all the dark and bitter tides. If I can't have her by my side, I guess I'll have to leave her. I guess I'll have to leave her.
Nights get long and the winter chills. You wrap yourself in dollar bills. The fog sneaks in through the hills, and the wind is none the wiser. The wind is none the wiser.
All the long, dark winter nights, we romped and rolled beneath the northern lights, till the ice would thaw beneath us. The ice would thaw beneath us.
Then the sun starts creeping in. You're back out on the seas again. Some pretty thing will reel you in, and you lose your days around her. You lose your days around her.
All the days, all the fine long summer days, the fish come rolling in the bays, and you thought they'd roll forever. You thought they'd roll forever.
All the days, all the days, all the fine long summer days, the fish come rolling in the bays, and you thought they'd roll forever. Thanks.
Is he there? Robert?
I think he said we were on our own for a minute, so we're just going to keep
okay.
rolling through a couple more songs. Before we continue on, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. It's really nice to be playing for y'all, even if we can't see all y'all out there, but it's good to know that you're here, that there's some ears out there receiving some of this music, because it's rough during these times for, an attention whore like myself. But
Speak so highly of yourself.
happy Valentine's Day. I also wanted to mention that we have a Patreon, which is what we're really trying to direct folks towards right now. I don't know if you've ever been to Patreon before, but it's a site where you can step in and pretend that we're a cool country like France and musicians can actually make a living wage. But anyway, you sign up for like monthly tiers, and what the basic idea is that you get access to a bunch of crazy inner workings and songs before you'd hear them otherwise. And like Annie makes art and shares it on there. I've been learning a lot of stuff on the piano and been writing a lot of new songs on this composing program that I have, and just like, you know, that's what's coming out through the Patreon, stuff that you won't see for months or years if you're just looking for the stuff that's coming out on albums.
Yeah.
Because
it's a great way to provide ongoing support for people like us who are broke.
So yeah, that's just patreon.com/thebestintentions if I know how to work that URL right. That's I'm not positive
Sure,
that's
I think
right.
that's right.
But anyway, we're gonna play another song. This is one of Annie's originals.
Yes. Ready? A heart made of metal is bound to rust. Ain't much here but wrinkles and dust. But when the dust clears, there's such a sight. Can't wait to see the stars tonight. Dodging tumbleweeds left and right. Winds a blowing with reckless might. Snow on the ground, if I got lost, I might never be found. How in the hell do I write a love song? Feels alright, but it comes out wrong. I love you like the sun loves the moon, but here I am driving through the desert alone. Rattlesnakes hiss and don't tread on me. Ain't much here but these skeleton trees. Roadkill coyote still howls at the moon and cries for his shadow at high noon. Dodging tumbleweeds left and right. Winds a blowing with reckless might. Snow on the ground, if I got lost, I might never be found. How in the hell do I write a love song? Feels alright, but it comes out wrong. I love you like the sun loves the moon, but here I am driving through the desert alone. It's all a mirage, a trick of the light to cover the flaws. Maybe it's starlight or shimmering lust. Maybe it's nothing at all. comes out wrong. I love you like the sun loves the moon, but here I am driving through the desert alone.
Thanks, yo. That's one that's on Maybe It's Nothing. That's the name of
the
our new
album.
album. Actually, I think all 4 of these that we're playing here, right at the top of our portion of this show. Thanks, Robert, for having us, by the way. But all 4 of these songs are going to be ones that are coming off of the album. This
Indeed.
next one is ancient. No, it's just kind of old. It's from.
It's only like 100 years old.
Yeah, about 100 years old. Was it like a Tin Pan Alley opera song, or was it?
It was written for a show, but I don't remember what the name of the play was.
No.
I did a bunch of research on this recently. It was written actually for a play. Okay, the year was 1937.
The year was 1937.
It was post World War I.
It was post World War I.
All right. Are you gonna keep doing that?
maybe just once more.
The veterans from World War I were striking because they still hadn't gotten any of their pensions from the government, and so they marched on Washington and actually set up like a whole camp for months. That they were working with the police to make sure that it was a peaceful protest, and then all of a sudden, I think it was Wilson or whoever was the president, Hoover. It was Hoover. Was president at the time.
Hence the Hooverville.
He sent the National Guard in and very violently dispersed the camps. And a couple of children even got killed. It was pretty epic. But this song was kind of gained popularity outside of the play that it came from because of that experience.
Became a little anthemic for that moment in time.
Exactly. Anyway.
The year was 1937. Veterans were distressed by their lack of pension from the U.S. government.
Ay. Still a problem. Anyway.
All right. Once I built a railroad, made it run. I made a race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower to the sun, made of bricks and mortar and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Oh, brother, can you spare a dime? They dressed us up in uniform, they said we look swell, full of Yankee Doodle-dee. Dum, dum, dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell. I was a kid with a drum. Say, do you remember back in the day? We used to say that everything's fine. Suddenly now you ain't got nothing to say. Brother, can you spare a dime? Say, do you remember the plans that we made? We'd be rich men at the top top of the line. Suddenly now you can't remember my name. Oh brother, can you spare a dime? They dressed us up in uniform. They said we looked swell, full of Yankee Doodle dum dum dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell. I was a kid with a drum. Once I built a railroad, made it run. I made a race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Oh, brother, can you spare a dime? Brother, can you spare a dime? Brother, can you spare a dime? All right, we're gonna do one more little tune here and then send it back over Mr. Robert Sarazin Blake's way.
Indeed. This is one that we wrote at the beginning of the pandemic that we're still in.
It's a COVIDian tune indeed.
COVIDian. Is that what we're going to refer to this era as the COVIDian?
Yeah, the COVIDian
The
era.
COVIDian age.
The great COVIDian extinction.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
dark.
Whoa. Too soon, bro. All right. Anyway.
No, that's the Anthropocene extinction.
Let's not go there right now. It's a happy day for happy thoughts. Like Peter Pan and the Lost Boys.
An ancient magical elf who can't deal with his own inevitable aging?
See, I don't know that he's an elf. He's a real boy.
I can just put a positive spin on anything, guys.
You're doing great. Anyway, song.
Hold on. The tuner said I was in tune, but I don't quite believe it yet.
But wait. This is my favorite part of every show. He's doing it for all of our sakes, really.
There we go. Here's that darn A string.
The darn A.
All right.
Such a lovely morning. A record plays. There's coffee made. The flowers are in bloom. And then I check the news. It's nothing but impending doom.
Fire, death, disease, and decay are all that I've heard of today. The bells have tolled and prayers are floating up to the skies. I can hardly believe there's anyone still left alive. But your eyes tell something different, a story I haven't heard for a while. It lingers in my dreams long after the horsemen have rode off to bed. They say when the world stops stops ending, when the stars come out to play, when the ash and smoke have all drifted away, you and I will dance again. When the world stops ending, when the stars come out to play, when the ash and smoke have all drifted away, you and I will dance again. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Robert, for having us.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. You've used the song style of the Tin Pan Alley, where there's the long intro before the tune kicks in. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oftentimes,
That's how the song started. The Such a Lovely Morning was the first part of that song. We didn't write the song and then decide, oh, it needs an intro.
Yeah, right.
It's like I just saw.
Yeah.
I think that's how that happened. I might be completely misremembering that.
The title phrase came first.
I guess that's true.
But then you didn't really write the song until the intro. You started on the intro.
That's okay. That makes
But
sense.
this is you speak to the reality
These things.
that
was
we're
there for it.
often living in, that our lives are kind of okay, and there's so much pain and suffering in the world, and we're living with this cognitive dissonance. Is that the right term?
Totally.
Just flowed out of me. I must have heard someone else say it at some time. And you've dealt with that beautifully. Thanks for helping us all process that. You
Totally.
opened up with a little Gordon Bach there, which made me want to play a little Gordon Bach.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't actually know Gordon Bach's songs at all. I never heard that song until well after I had learned it. But anyway, I want to hear your versions of Gordon
Well,
Bach.
how did
That
you
sounds great.
learn the song if you've never heard Gordon Bach? Who did you learn it from?
I read the lyrics in a Ken Kesey book called Sailor Song,
cool.
and then couldn't find a version of it, so I just made up my own chords and added a few of my own verses.
Yeah.
and then that's how it happened. And
That's
then
great.
years later,
It was
I
actually only this year.
Yeah.
Or I guess 2020, not 2021. But in 2020, our friend Nat sent us a link to like a group of folk singers performing the original version of it, and it's completely different.
Sounds nothing like what we
Sounds
do.
nothing like Pete's song.
Sounds
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, and at this point, I know your version more than Gordon Bach's version in my head.
Sure.
If once I hear his version again, I'll go, yeah, that's Gordon Bach's version. But I have
Right.
your version in my head. It's a beautiful version you have. I've always admired it, and glad you got a chance to record it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
For those that don't know,
let's make sure that I mute my microphone here before you start playing, so I don't accidentally cut you off in the middle of your
well, we
song.
might chat a little bit more, but we'll see. I mean, what I want to say to those that don't know, not everybody knows Gordon Bach. Gordon Bach is a great folk singer of international renown from Maine, and that's where David is also from. So special shout out to the Lofgren, Al and Joan, up there in Kittery Point, Maine. And we know that Al one time was able to share dinner with the man himself, Gordon Bach. So that's a story for Al to tell you when you visit those two at their very wonderful home there in Kittery Point. I look forward to hearing the full story. I've only heard the abridged story. But I have a story of my own. Our buddy, the late Mike Marker, and was, of course, very knowledgeable about folk music in general, and probably had met Gordon Bach a few times. Certainly the Bellingham folk crowd had welcomed Gordon to town a number of times, and I'm sure Mike was around. But not too long ago, and I'm not sure if Mike was perhaps a little bit deep in his cups or what the vibe was exactly, but there was a band in Bellingham performing from Maine, and Mike unleashed on them a fervent terror because they were not going to be performing any Gordon Bach that night. And in Mike's mind, any band from Maine should have at least one Gordon Bach song in their repertoire for that evening, which is totally ludicrous. However, I love the idea that there could be a world in which if you were a band from Maine, it would sort of like you would have to play a Gordon Bach song. That would be the deal. You're from Iowa, you better know a Greg Brown song and do one every night. You know,
I worry that us being from Washington, we'd all be forced into playing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" every show.
Bing Crosby. Isn't Bing from Washington? Somebody back me up out here. It's a cyber world. You don't get a lot of response, but I'm going to give you a little blast to this one here that was actually I had to freshen up on the lyric a little bit and was written the year I was born. Don't you remember Cape Ann, boys? Don't you remember Cape Ann? You'll never catch me on the draw again. Surely no life for a dog or a man. You can pass your days in the dory boat, go with the burst of the west, but don't ever go with old Ingram. Next trip you make will sure be your last. Don't you remember Cape Ann, boys? Don't you remember Cape Ann? You never catch me on the draw again. Surely no life for a dog or a man. Don't you remember the shore, boys? Don't you remember the shore? The old man was asleep at the wheel. My God, it was black as the coal. Don't you remember Cape Ann, boys? Don't you remember Cape Ann? You never catch me on the draw again. Surely no life for a dog or a man. The first mate was the one with the gall, boys. Got the old man away from the wheel. The old man away to save the day. Threw the booze over the rail. Don't you remember Cape Ann, boys? Don't you remember Cape Ann? Never catch me on the draw again. Surely no life for a dog or a man. A blast of Gordon Bach for everybody, inspired by your rendering of a Gordon Bach lyric. Wow, the light is shining through you so beautiful. It's like there's a lightsaber between the two of you. I guess that's because it's Valentine's Day. And you're muted. You're muted. We can
There, now I'm unmuted.
Unmute us.
Oh, wow.
Where's that? There it is. That's.
Are you trying to point at the sun?
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, that's
sun
where
is
that beam of
burning
light
in the
is coming
west.
through. I wonder what that's happening. I wonder if it's a camera smear. My camera has
No,
smear
I
on
think
the
that's
lens.
the sun.
So you're trying to tell me you've never heard Don't You Remember Cape Ann? No?
Nope.
Okay. You know, your mother's a folk singer. I know you got exposed to a lot of music through her.
I do have to say, Pete, your mother is in the comments, and she's insisting that she played Gordon Bach songs for you as a child.
Sure, but never weighs a man. I never heard that one.
I had good
Also, I don't
intuition on
remember
that
this.
one.
Yeah. Pete's not well known for his memory. Let's be real.
But he is well known. Well,
Yeah.
give us a blast. I mean, Mike Marker's not here. I mean, he's here with us in spirit, but he's not in the room. And so you're in Hawaii. I guess if you're in Hawaii, Mike might want you to play something Hawaiian.
We could do
We
that.
actually have a
song
Hawaiian
called-
song on our list of maybes. So
This one was written by Frank somebody and Al somebody, but specifically for
Doing great.
Louis Armstrong and Andy Iona. This is a classic old cheesy jazz Hawaiian number about sweet love. Yes, it's cheesy.
sweet love,
It's perfect for today.
love, sweet love.
Whoa.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
waters of Kahlua. Beneath the wine skies, I fell in love with you.
On a little bamboo bridge by the waters of Kahlua, we found paradise, a paradise for two.
While we were gazing in the water,
the silvery ripples kissed the shore,
and your reflection in the water
seemed to say, you'll be mine forevermore.
On a little bamboo bridge
by the waters of Kahlua,
you made my dreams come true,
sweetheart, when I found you.
Gazing in the water,
the silvery ripples kiss the shore,
and your reflection in the water
seemed to say, you'll be mine forevermore.
On a little bamboo bridge
by the waters of Kahlua,
you made my dreams come true,
sweetheart,
when I found you.
Yeah. Beautiful. I don't think I have a song about Hawaii, but I have a song that was made better by somebody else covering it. Devin covered a song of mine a long time ago. I had mentioned to Lucas Hicks that about when you're a band and you go on tour, like, people in town kind of know because there's a lot of people and it's exciting. You might have a going away party or coming home show or something like that. But when you're solo, there's not a lot of fanfare about it. You just leave. And so Lucas one time threw me a surprise going away party the night before I left on tour, and 2 or 3 people all learned one of my songs to send me off. So, probably the nicest thing Lucas has ever did for me, and I will never forget it. It's such a sweet thing. And Devin learned this song here, which I used to do at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And not only can I not do it at 1,000,000 miles an hour anymore because my arms are different than they used to be, but his version was better, a little bit slower. So this is Wood Floors and Pianos from Still Kissing Last Night's Smoke-Stained Lips. Only available if you have the vinyl, I think. Wood floors and pianos, a room with a view. Your bedroom, it's morning, I'm playing a few tunes. How high the moon, Limehouse blue. In Edinburgh City, the castle of the town, to basement cafes, we made the round. Star of the county down for you. The sun came up this morning, you got up and left. I opened my eyes to watch you get dressed. Magnolia, would you like to learn to dance? Oh, I know we aren't lovers, but we pretended real good. Bathtubs and kisses knocking on wood. Tomorrow was just a long four-letter word. So one more evening, half your double bed, we'll kiss each other all in my head. Saints go marching on wood floors and pianos, a room with a view, small Dutch gotta go west. Got the Milwaukee blues. Oh, I gotta go west. Got the Milwaukee blues. Back over to my friends over there in Hawaii. Aloha.
Well, we have 3 songs to select from here that we made sure that we were all practiced.
Roulette.
We just do random.
We could do random.
I'll tell you what, do one more, and we have a special guest out there who's going to call in and stump the band. So shout out to. Well, I'm just going to.
Just doing one more of these songs?
There's plenty of time. I just want to make sure we get Stump the Band in, and I got to see, our stumper is Stone Jones. So now we're shaking in our boots. But until then,
oh boy.
Jump in with something you have rehearsed, and we'll get Stone waiting on the line for just the right moment for him to stump us.
All right.
Well, Robert, would you like to hear Just an Angel, Rain Comes Down, or Mexico?
Wow, you just spelled out what we've got.
Well, I have to say, I was charmed
Throw it
to hear your version of Mexico.
What was that, Robert?
I was charmed on the album to hear your version of Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was really charmed by that. I got to see Cake randomly. I ended up at the Olympics in Salt Lake City because
Wow.
I had a gig in Idaho and I was living in Philly, and I only could get a flight to Salt Lake, and then I hitchhiked from Salt Lake up to Pocatello for the gig, and crashed with a friend. And I know this is your part of the show, but I'm just lipping off here because there's.
I mean, it's
I
all
want to
good.
hear it.
There's. Is there a pop singer called Moby?
Yep.
Yes.
I was playing for a meal at a vegan restaurant, and Moby and his band came in. So I played music for Moby, and then later that night I got to see Cake, and then the next morning I hitchhiked to Pocatello. So it was kind of a magical time for me.
Wow.
And when you sang Mexico, I was brought back there. So
Man, what a random place to like hitchhike to the Olympics.
well, the Olympics were random.
Like,
What was totally normal was that I was flying to Salt Lake City from Philadelphia to hitchhike to Pocatello.
Sure.
The Olympics
Yeah.
just happened to be
Also,
there.
Pocatello. Like, what happens in Pocatello? That town
Well,
is nothing.
Being from the West, I thought it made sense to tour the Pacific Northwest for about 2 or 3 years, and then I got my head on straight and realized everybody is in New England. Everybody
Yeah.
lives between Maine and Virginia.
Yeah.
so-
I'm from Idaho. I went to high school in Idaho, so I'm more familiar with Pocatello than I mean to be. Which just makes it like that much more surprising that you would go there to play a show.
Go to great lengths to play a show there, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you worked hard to get there. Oh.
Well, whatever
All right,
gig
well-
I play now, I always say to David, well, I've always traveled farther to make less.
It's a good motto.
Yeah.
So
All
this
right,
song
well,
we
yeah,
actually
in honor of the Salt Lake Olympics.
yeah, we actually went to all the trouble of making sure that we did this one legally.
We have the rights to play this song.
Anyway, this is one of my favorite songs from one of my absolutely favorite bands. And if you think Cake is just some random pop band, you should spend some more time listening to Cake. They're fantastic. The lyrics are incredible. Their
All right,
arrangements.
all right.
Mwah.
Come
Just,
on.
Anyway, here's the song. I had a match, she had a lighter. I had a flame, she had a fire. I was bright, she was much brighter. I was high, she was the sky. Oh, bound for Mexico. Oh, baby, I was bound to let you go. I don't know much about Cinco de Mayo. I'm never sure what it's all about. I say I want you, you don't believe me. You say you love me, but I've got my doubts. Oh, baby, I was bound for Mexico. Oh, baby, I was bound to let you go. I had a match, she had a lighter. I had a flame, she had a fire. I was bright, she was much brighter. I was high, she was the sky. Oh, baby, I was bound for Mexico. Oh, baby, I was bound to let you go.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Tell you what, how about you two do one more, and then we'll have Stone come in and attempt to stump the band.
All right.
Oh.
I know you prepared a few things. I don't want them to get left on the wayside. That was just beautiful.
This guy.
The sun is
Dropped his
coming
mouse into
through
his water
behind
glass.
you. You're warming us up.
Oh, I can't hear him.
Are you muted,
Did
Robert?
you mute him?
I'm definitely not muted, but that doesn't mean you can hear me.
Well, I can hear you at this moment
There you
in
go.
time.
You hear me? Oh, the sun is coming behind you so beautifully. It just looks great. So I'm suggesting
Yeah,
you do
warmed
one
up.
more number, and then we'll have Stone stump the band. And yeah, it's just the light is so nice right now. I don't want to let go of it. So give us another blast,
All right.
and that'll be your last
Cool.
proper blast. After this, we go into total mayhem of Stump the
Ooh.
Band.
All right.
Total mayhem.
Bellingham mayhem.
All right, which one? The rain isn't coming down, so I feel weird about playing that
And I
when
kinda
it's like
wanna play
this
that one
sunny. Okay.
Let's do that one. Let's do that one.
All right. think anybody who's ever seen us play music before has heard this song.
Every day's been feeling like the sun is falling down, and the oceans will all go up into steam clouds. I'll walk down to Atlantis with a 40 and smoke. I'll sit down on the marble steps and catch the last show. And you'll be there to catch my sorrows and turn them into sweet nostalgic dreams. And we'll close our eyes and laugh and cry as the world goes up in smoke, taking comfort knowing God's in on the joke. The parking lots will crack like eggs, and the capitals will fry like eggs, and the clouds will grow lightning legs, and we won't be found till the rain comes down. Sometimes when I sit and sing to the night and no one else, I can hear the sidewalks laughing to themselves about the picture window puddles that will line the streets so soon, when the ghosts will all be wearing rubber boots. And as they dance and glass is splashing through the air, they'll see us and they'll help us disappear. And the hot wind will blow through us, and no, nothing will be wrong, as the world blows us a kiss, and then it's gone. And the mountains will stand on their heads, and the earthquakes will refuse their meds, and tornadoes will jump on their beds, and we won't be found till the rain comes down. parking lots will crack like eggs, and the capitals will fry like eggs, and the clouds will grow lightning legs, and we won't be found till the rain comes down.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you so much. And for all of those of you who are joining and hanging at the kitchen table all together who have not had the chance to come to a string band jamboree, you don't know that when Pete and Annie sing right now, I'm just transported to the stage at the jamboree. I don't even know if you ever played that particular song, but you must have at some point.
Oh, we definitely have.
And
yeah.
I'm just right there. I was right there. A number of beverages in on the side of the stage, tears in my eyes, the crowd singing along, and I just said to David, "Man, we used to have a lot of fun before COVID." But you know what?
That was the most emotional moment I have ever had at the jamboree was with that song on stage. We put that one out for Keith, our dear buddy Keith.
Maybe that's what I'm feeling when I hear that song. I have a very emotional reaction that takes me to the jamboree.
Yeah.
And
hey, Robert, before we move on to Stump the Band, can I just remind all the audience out there that we do have a CD on Bandcamp. Thebestintentions.bandcamp.com is the best place to go and get that. And also patreon.com/thebestintentions. Really, if you're interested in seeing what we're doing during this time, that is the absolute best way to see what's happening. I've been writing a fair amount of new music, and it's going up there first.
He really has been writing a lot of music.
I'm dying to hear the new songs. Yeah. Yes, so we'll have to have you back at the kitchen table. In the summer, we're going to be able to have guests that either we swap out at the physical table or we have two tables and move the camera. So
oh yeah,
I hope we'll have you back at the kitchen table, even in COVID times.
Is there a piano next to one of those tables? Because I've been learning.
What would Peter Pan say? Well, we've had some beautiful songs from our friends in Hawaii, and we've had a pitch to support them, and please do that. Please support them on their Patreon and buy the new CD. However it is you're into it, and put a few dollars in the digital tip jar. I will be spreading those digital dollars over to Hawaii, over to David and myself, and they will spend all those digital dollars, as we always do, on a digital beer at a digital bar, and everything will be digital. Let's have enough. Well, we've had enough seriousness. I've slipped into the silliness, and that means it's time for Stump the Band. We're going to bring in our brother Stone Jones, another Bellingham musician, and I wanted to bring him into the conversation here because he is talking about having a show of a similar nature. I'm sure it'll be very different in some way, but a similar live stream show. And the way I see it,
how's it going?
We'll be the late show, and Stone Jones will be the late show. He's thinking about having it later on Sunday night, so that for those who just haven't had enough, they can keep the party rolling. Stone Jones, Stones, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, brother Stone Jones. Been a long time since seen you. You hanging in all right?
Oh, we're doing all right over here, Ruth and I. But I do got to say, I miss the hell out of you guys.
Yeah, I know.
All of you guys.
It's like it almost gets harder when
you
hang a little bit, doesn't it? Love the song you and Dean put together for the pre-jamboree, but we don't have too much time to chit-chat about our own personal memory lane. Stone, we want you to hit us. We want you to try your best to stump this band. See if this band stands a chance against your stumping. This means you have three requests, and you say them all in a row, and then we go into a cyber huddle, and we see who can do anything close. They can be requests of songs we know, songs we don't know, or songs you don't know that we do or don't know.
Perfect. Okay, here's what I got. Jambalaya by Hank Williams. Anything by The Clash.
Okay.
And then the last one is kind of aimed at Pete and Annie. All right.
Oh boy.
Island Style by John Cruz.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know if those were even words.
Okay, all
I
right.
can vouch
Stone
they
went
are
for some
good.
deep cuts and some specific cuts.
John Cruz, Ted Cruz's brother or something?
And okay, since we're so stoned, on the third
No,
one,
he's
Stone,
he's long Oahu, musical family, Hawaiian musical family.
Stone, you've spent some time
Lovely
in Hawaii,
people.
is that
They're
right?
great. Yeah. Look him up after this.
All right.
We will.
All right,
All right.
Cyber Huddle time?
Cyber Huddle. What do you got,
Okay.
Pete? Stone,
Jambalaya,
Stone, what
The Clash,
are you still working on the show?
John Cruise Island style.
Tell us, Stone. Tell us a little bit about your music show, that your live stream you're working on.
Oh, actually, I got some better news than that. Actually,
Okay.
I just got my very first record deal.
Okay, it's 1985, and Stone Jones got a record deal. Tell us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tom McKay started a record label called OGS Records, and he'll be selling my stuff, my last two albums, and frankly, that inspired me to scrap the damn TV show I was thinking of doing, because we all know I have a face made for radio, right?
Yeah, but you have a heart made for rock and roll.
So I'm working on a new record myself.
Okay, all right. Change of plans. Brought you on to promo the show, but what's going on is you got a new record coming down the way, and we'll be looking forward to that. And maybe have you at the kitchen table come this summer. I've been having mostly out-of-town guests through the winter, but in the summer we can actually be in the same room. And I really, really have been loving your music as of late. As you know, I'm a fan of that combo you put together and brought down to Boundary Bay last summer or the summer back when we could gather. So thanks for tuning in, Stone, and we'll see what Pete and Andy have come up with over there in Hawaii. Take care, brother.
Hey, all right. Hey, thank you. Good to see you guys. You guys are all sounding great.
Thank you, Stone.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right, looks like Pete and Andy have something worked up. Are you going to do the heavy lifting on this?
Hey, Pete and Annie, you're going to have to, unmute, because I muted you guys because you were talking during class.
All right, we are unmuted.
Okay.
All right.
So we don't know Island Style by John Cruz at all. We could probably try and make up something that sounds vaguely
have some fun with
Hawaiian
it.
and say the words Island Style, but that would be a little disingenuous. We could sing along to some lyrics to Straight to Hell Boys, but I have no idea what the chords are.
Or like Rock the Casbah or London Calling.
I refuse to touch Should I Stay or Should I Go. That's the worst Clash song that was ever made. It shouldn't even be by them. I don't want I'll credit that song to the Ramones. The Ramones can have it.
Being a punk nerd? What a snap. Anyway,
But so I think we can. I think we can do.
Jambalaya, I think we can. I mean, that's two chords. We can pick it out.
Yeah, we can make that one work. If I don't know all the verses, well, then maybe you won't know that I don't know them, but you might notice.
Give us a blast. Give us a blast.
Yeah. So how do you want this to go, Robert?
Oh, you just do it.
Oh, just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that one. I'm not taking the lead on
Me oh my, no, that's not what that's.
Da-da-da-da.
Me oh my, crawfish pie and filet gumbo. Son of a gun, we have big fun on the bayou. Down This might be the wrong key for me.
Go low.
Son of a gun, we have big fun on the bayou. While it's out, we gotta go red or blue. I'm just making this up now.
Oh, you think that's English?
On the bayou. Scat solo, Annie.
Jambalaya, jambalaya, jambalaya. I don't know. If you say, what is it, watermelon over and over again, they'll never know that you don't know the words. Cucumber, watermelon, cucumber, watermelon.
A cucumber, watermelon. cucumber watermelon. Kind of works, I suppose.
All right.
Right.
Me or my coffee spy, filet gumbo. Son of a gun, we have big fun on the bayou. Jumbo like coffee spy. That's the same verse again.
I think
I'm done.
I think we got partially stumped.
Well, sometimes we just get stumped, but you know what the truth of the matter is? It's nice to illustrate to people the difference between what you can get away with live, which is a lot harder to get away with on TV, because when you're live and the person requesting that has had 17 Mai Tais, they will love you and put a $20 bill in your jar.
So true.
But you know what? I love you, and everybody does too. And I didn't know the song any better than you did, so I was really glad that you were the one that jumped
Fair
into
enough.
it. Because if you
I know that
hadn't,
there's
I
like
might.
7 verses, and it talks about some lady named. Oh no, I don't even remember that. I don't know.
So, just before we move on here, you mentioned the difference between live and digital and how those are going. I realized that, you know, there's some folks, myself included, find it awkward to sit around at home and look at a screen. But I just recently, while you were playing earlier, Robert, I found a really nice way to interact and like feel like I'm part of the show. And that's you wait for, you know, somebody to come up on one of those like high notes on their song, and they're just about to scrunch their face up, and you take your mouse cursor and you poke it towards their nose and watch them go. It's great. It's great. Good way to really feel like you're interacting, having fun there with the band.
He was using his mouse to pick your nose at one point. It's true.
Well, this is Pete and Andy of the Best
I wasn't
Intentions.
gonna
So glad
tell
to have them here at the kitchen table. I look forward to having you back in the summer when we can be in the yard, if not in the same room. And glad you're soaking up those rays. You're looking great. We're feeling the warmth from you. And thanks for being on the show. Everybody's going to go catch their new CD now, and we'll catch you down the line.
Thanks so much for having us, Robert.
Peace
It was
and
a
love,
real
my
pleasure.
friends.
Thanks, everybody.
We got a little more time, but it's still Valentine's Day, and there's a couple more tunes I'm going to pull off from my old record, A Crowd of Drunken Lovers, here. Before we say goodnight, adios. Thanks to Stone Jones for the great request. We were stumped tonight. Some nights we do better than others. Stone Jones stumped us again. There's a couple more songs from A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. You make me weary when you don't smile at me, when I go to kiss your lips and when you offer up his teeth. You make me weary, and something has changed. You used to reach out and grab me, call out my name. Now you don't look up when I walk in the house. You leave me standing there awkward, shifting about. You make me weary. You make me tired when everything I say you cut back with something makes me wanna hide away. You used to keep me up till the sun got up too. Your hand in my hair, I was in love with you. Now I'm getting sweet songs I can sing. You can't give me a smile. You make me tired. Make me lonely now that you've gone away. My mind falls back on our happy days. I soon will be happy days now. I tease myself thinking we can still work it out. You make me lonely, but I never would have known hadn't smiled so sweetly before you grew cold. You get you into bed, but I just can't bring myself to do it. You're a nice girl, I've had a nice time, and although I wouldn't jump, I'd be happy to fall into bed with you. Oh, and I just can't bring myself to try and talk myself into your heart. Why sit on the sofa staring at the carpet? What if one of us is just gonna come out and suggest the signals and flag would indicate to be happy to roll around with me, and in the morning smile at me. But you want me to make a move, make you feel like I feel like I want you, and I just can't get up the gumption. Tonight I have no passion for seduction, only for crawling in warm beds late at night. There's nothing but comfort. I don't want to have to convince you why you should like me. I just want to skip the part. Sweet and easy. Sweet and easy. You butter the toast while I brew the tea. We don't discuss or plan because there isn't any need. Sweet and easy. Sweet. You go for beer after work. You're a nice girl, I can tell. And I've always been inclined towards people who like to smile. You're clever and quick thinking, so much it makes me feel dull. That, of course, it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. But I invite you in when you come to my door. We sit and drink and stare and sit and drink and stare at each other a little bit more. I put on a second record, realize you've been here for a while, and you don't seem to be going anywhere. And I, of course, am loving your smile. You're cute, rich figure. Necklaces and homemade rings on the finger. And I, of course, am hoping to fall into bed with you. And I, of course, am doing nothing about it. I wanna skip the debating, the choosing, the meeting. I just wanna skip to the part where it's sweet. While you're brushing your teeth, don't expect perfection because there isn't any need. Sweet and easy. Sweet. Almost always alone, There's really only a place to sit down. Doesn't feel cramped like it usually does. And before we know it, out and it's dawn or die. Pull back the covers. Without thinking or talking, make 5 minute roll over between us. Nothing's difficult, strange, or needy. In fact, we don't even notice that the whole night's been sweet. Out and we both fall asleep. Sweet music. Sweet music. Sweet music. Just like it always should. And that is the last song on A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. We missed a couple of the songs, so we'll hit them next week. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. 2021, the winter of our COVID. We're using the COVIDian scale to play a lot of these songs. Thanks everybody for coming around. We'll see you next week. We got our buddy Jay Wagner coming in all the way from Austin, Texas. Sarah Lee Guthrie, that's right, the granddaughter of Woody, great folk singer in her own right, is coming the last Sunday of February, and Cedric Watson's joining us after that. So you know where you can find some music on Sunday evening. Please put a few dollars in the old tip jar. Helps us keep going. We always close with this song from our buddy Hank Waddell in Cork City. He plays every Monday night at Charlie's Bar on the Key, unless there's a pandemic. It's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. You come back to life. Get out of your bed, it's great to see you. Where's that goes? Thought you were gone. Burnt toast, it's great to see you. I whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try not to cut you. The moment that's here, shadow of night, me. Feeling's clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times share. It's all about the times share. So it's great to see you. They're gonna stay. Here for the long night, are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times. Sure. It's all about the times. Sure. Hopefully before too long we'll be able to share space and time together in the same room with the same air, breathing in, breathing out, and be safe about it. But we're not there yet. We gotta stay home, stay locked down. Protect yourselves, protect your neighbors, wear that mask. But you can find us us here on Sundays for a little bit of live music coming at you. Sure do miss seeing all of you. Miss my parents, I miss my friends. Miss traveling around and meeting new people and making new best friends every night. David Pinderlocker and I'm Robert Sarazin Blake. It's all about the times shared. Thanks to Stone Jones for calling in, and of course to the best intentions. It's all about